Hey there, it's Leona. Welcome to Zen Mindfulness Shodo. Today, we're gonna practice Shodo meditation while focusing on the Hiragana character for tsu. So, let's begin a beautiful journey together. When you write a character, imagine a square about the size of the character that you are gonna write like this. First, I'm gonna write it. Then I'm gonna explain the points and tips for writing the character beautifully in detail. Now, I would like to explain. The starting point of the stroke is a bit higher than, and to the left of, the middle of the left half of the middle horizontal line. The horizontal line part, to put it extremely, is drawn like this. A line curved upward, or a line that initially curved slightly downward, and then gradually curves upward. The stroke moves upward to the right, until the middle vertical line is in the middle of the stroke. At a point where the spaces on the left and right of the square box appear about equal, it curves downward. Then, it scoops downward to the left, gradually thinning the stroke, until the space above the highest point and the space below the ending point of the stroke in the square box appear almost the same size. The ending point of the stroke does not go beyond the left side of this middle vertical line. If it goes to the left side, it would look like this. So when you actually write it, it looks like this. This was a bit too long. It would appear like this. If it goes beyond the left side of the middle vertical line, this part of the stroke feels a bit too long and too deep, so it shouldn't go that far. It should be about this length. On the other hand, if you scoops the stroke to about this point, the character would look like this. And this part is a bit too shallow. If it's like this, it feels a bit too deep. So with a moderate length, the ending point is to the right of the middle vertical line, but not too shallow. If you can scoops downward to the left with an appropriate length, the entire character would look well balanced and beautiful. This position is also important, and where you curve is crucial. The space to the left of the starting point and the space to the right of the right edge of the stroke. When you curve downward at a point where these spaces are about the same width, the entire character is positioned at the center of the square box. This creates a well-balanced and visually appealing appearance. If, for example, you curve around here, the entire character becomes a bit too small. And if you write like this and curve like this, you end up with a character where the horizontal line part is too long compared to the scooping part, which feels short. Moreover, if you don't practice writing this character in the center of the square box, when you write it together with other characters in a sentence, the positioning will be off, and it will look unbalanced. So, in your daily practice, imagine each character within a square box like this, and think about how to balance it within that space. Writing characters is simultaneously about deciding which parts to leave as white space. So if you pay attention to leaving that white space as you practice, you'll be able to write characters that appear more balanced. Regarding this turning point, it's best not to curve too roundly, nor should it turn sharply like this, or this. If you can turn with a curvature that's about halfway between these extremes, the character will look beautiful. Also, since this is a handwritten character, if you consciously change the pressure of your pen to create clear, strong lines in some parts, and gradually thinning lines in the scooping parts, I think it will look even more beautiful, and you can better express unique curved beauty of hiragana. So, for example, It's better to avoid writing with the same thickness from the starting point to the ending point like this. Why don't you try practicing while keeping these points and tips in mind? The key points for writing hiragana characters, as explained in the video, are concisely summarized in this book in a similar manner. The book allows you 3 pages to practice each character. It can be purchased on Amazon. See the link in the description. I'm gonna practice 1 page of this workbook this time, but you're welcome to practice as much as you want. If you're practicing with a pen, I recommend that you place a few pieces of paper under the page that you're writing on, so that the ink doesn't bleed onto the page under it. Alright, let's get started.